Coming up, we're going to be talking about Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead, coming soon to Hulu, Night at the Museum collection, and much more. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's Friday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. First off, let's talk about a brand new anime series called Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. This brand new series is all about Akira, who has a really kind of boring job and hates doing what he's doing, but then suddenly there is a zombie apocalypse, and it opens up the opportunities for him because he no longer has his job and he kind of wants to do a bucket list of things that he wants to do, and kind of leads on from there. Again, we don't yet know if this will go to Disney Plus internationally, but at least now we know it's going to be on Hulu in the United States, and kind of continues this trend of Disney kind of getting in a lot of anime stuff. It's obviously become massively popular. But yeah, so this one is going to be a big one, I think, for Hulu this summer. And now let's talk about Night at the Museum. If you're finding it rather difficult to find it on Disney Plus, good news, they have added a collection. You find it in the All Collections section. And in there you've got all 4 movies, including the 3 live action ones, and the new animated film, which got released just before Christmas. So you find them all in there. Nice to see them finally adding it in there. I do kind of question sometimes with these collections of there's only 3 or 4 things in there. Do we need it? But hopefully it makes it a little bit easy to find it using those collections. They really kind of need to sort out how they do all of this stuff. Disney has also announced its upcoming financial quarterly results, which are going to be taking place on February the 8th. And this one is usually where we find out how many subscribers Disney Plus has got, how many Hulu has, ESPN. Usually we get a few little nuggets of extra information, though the last few haven't really kind of worked like that. This is also going to be the first one with Bob Iger back in charge, so this one could hopefully give us an idea of what's coming up in the future. I'm not expecting a lot of information in terms of where he sees the future going, but he's going to have to rev up the whole company and kind of get the stock market, because this will be his first big chance to be able to speak to everyone. But yeah, so we'll look out for that on there. Again, it's sometimes these things can give us nothing, sometimes they can give us a lot. The last one we thought was really boring and didn't really have a lot of information other than an update on the subscribers, and they lost a lot of money. A few days later, JPEG's gone. So yeah, sometimes even the quiet ones can be the ones that kind of result in some big impact. Nielsen has released its latest streaming chart for the week of the 5th of December through to the 11th of December. And there's 4 different charts. Disney's not doing great at the minute in this week. We did have the Santa Clauses in at number 8, again just massively in the shadow of Wednesday and also the Harry and Meghan documentary. While in the acquired chart, Bluey continues to be a big hit, as does Criminal Minds and Grey's Anatomy, but unfortunately they're not on Disney Plus in the US. The only real big movie on Disney Plus that was getting any traction just before Christmas was Home Alone. Overall, it really just showed that in the weeks running up to Christmas, the only thing people were really watching on Disney Plus was the Santa Clauses and Christmas movies and stuff. Willow really just isn't pulling anyone in. This is the second week with Willow not even making the top 10. So I don't know, this doesn't look good with how, if not a lot of people have been watching it. Obviously we've got the finale coming up next week. Hopefully more people check it out. It is a fun show. It's a little bit different than what maybe many of us are expecting, but yeah, it definitely shows that the people were not tuning in for Willow so far. Hopefully at one point it might kick in, but yeah, definitely interesting to see how the streaming charts are affected by all of this. And now let's look at what's new on Disney Plus today. In the United States, there was a couple of new additions, including National Geographic documentary, Strangest Bird Alive. There was also some return of a couple of films, including Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters, plus also Bend It by Beckham. They also got a 2020 documentary on the making of Avatar, so that's pretty cool that one's arrived. Internationally, we got a new film, If These Walls Could Sing, which is all about Abbey Road Studios. I watched it, or watched some of it. It's not for me. It's a little bit dull. I think after like Get Back and the McCartney one, it's just I'm just really just finding this one a little bit slow. But check it out if you like to learn a little bit more about music and stuff. But for me, this one just didn't quite hit right. There was also some other new releases. For example, in Australia and New Zealand, they got Spider-Man Far From Home. Also in Australia, New Zealand, and in Canada, they got the new Beauty and the Beast 30th celebration, which aired in the US just before Christmas. So that's pretty cool to see that one finally on there. But let me know what you're going to be watching on Disney Plus over the weekend. I'd love to hear your thoughts. In our poll of the day, I asked you, which Marvel film are you most looking forward to watching in 2023? The big one winner right now is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is coming out in February with 50%. Just behind is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and there's not a lot of love for the Marvels, which is a shame because I think that one's going to be a lot of fun. And in our comment of the day, Marvels and TV Fanatic says, honestly feels so eerie not having any new releases on Thursday. Now you know what I mean. Flashman ended last week. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I do think it's a lot better when we got different shows dropping throughout the week. You know, like we were having like Welcome to Chippendales on the Tuesday, we're having Bleach on Mondays, and then on I think it's good when we get the stuff dropping on different days. I think we should see more of that rather than just loading up Wednesdays with loads of new content, especially internationally. When you're getting sometimes sort of a dozen shows spreading around, it does make a little bit more sense. I also like what they do out in Canada as well, where they release a lot of the animation from like The Simpsons and like Family Guy on Sunday. I think that's a kind of a way, again, of just spreading it out. Well, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters over on Patreon and also on our YouTube channel memberships. And I shall see you guys in another video. Laters.